up?
What up, guys?
And I don't know. Do you guys look at the count whenever the show starts? The little count over there, just to show you how many people are on. It'll just keep saying zero.
No,
Like
it's just 17 right this second.
Oh, yeah, no. Then it just
so
I know it starts to populate. And right as we go live. And welcome everybody. Kind of taping this one together as usual.
Phil's coming to us live from a Stuckey's in somewhere in New Mexico.
Yeah, he's from a Steak and Shake or something in New Mexico.
Man, I'm pretty sure I've been kidnapped. I'm in Roswell. I think the aliens got me.
Yeah. Blink 3 times if you let us know where they put the probe.
Yeah, I told them I didn't have a lot of time at this restaurant. I said, man, dial me up a couple. I'm going to double fist.
Andrew.
Right.
Oh, that one's good. Prickly pear. I'm liking that.
Nice, man. How many you got lined up there?
Yeah, he's New Mexico or he's Utah bound, but had to make a pit stop for the show and get a margarita, I guess. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much. Man, we've been trekking all day. We left around, I don't know, around noon today or 11 or 12. And I don't know, we're 500 and something miles deep. And man, they got these fires over here in Ruidoso or whatever, 20 minutes away. It's got that whole town shut down. And a couple of days ago, I'm like, we'll just stay in Roswell. And we looked today, no hotels. So the whole town's like jammed up with these fires and stuff. So, man, we finish up here and not too long, we're going to hit the road again and head up to Albuquerque for the night. That's the plan anyway, subject to change.
How many hours is Albuquerque?
Another 3 hours from here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
if you guys did not hear what he just stated, he's been drinking all day and they drove 570 miles. So, if you're in between where he's at and Roswell, you're a lucky son of a bitch.
I'm trying to catch up, Wes. Carmen's got the night shift.
I got it. The backstage will be from exit 73.
Well, I tell you, it's man, it's an exciting week this week. I think, man, a lot of you guys, I don't know if y'all saw the post, but Phil's got, man, he's working on a new line of smokers coming out. And this has been something that me and him have been talking about the last, I guess it's probably been a month and a half. You think, Phil, when we started?
Man, I think it's probably closer to 3, bro, or 2 or 3. I don't know, something like that. Time flies. I don't know. But anyway, a couple months now anyway.
And we got metal. We have metal. Metal's in place. So,
man, it would probably be finished here pretty soon. I would say in the next few weeks or so. But man, we're busy. I'll be in Utah, then Idaho, then we fly up to Rhode Island. When we do that, we got to turn around and get on a plane to Australia, and then we're going till August. So, it's probably gonna be August before we get her finished up, just because mainly me and you are gone. So
yeah.
Bill, it's exciting.
Are you doing the welding, or is this going to be like weld by map that you send the instructions? And how does this thing work?
All I'm doing is QC, Wes. I am not. My welding days are over. I'm at the one and done. It
looks like some pretty thick steel, man.
I got some guys that are way more capable than me. So, yeah.
It comes with a bucket of JB Weld and one class from that he's going to give out. His notes.
Yeah.
Off in Turkey, right?
I did most of the welding on the pit that I built. I had some buddies help or whatever, but I was kind of the same situation. I'm on there welding this thing 9 years ago. They ever welded? I'm like, no, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. So
that's awesome. Yeah. How many GCs you got off that pit?
A
lot.
Man, 40 something, maybe, I guess.
Yeah, I think I'll let you weld for me any day.
Bill, you had a big weekend, huh? Made a little trip to New Mexico yourself.
Man, I think we're all road tripping for RGCs, Robert road tripped. South Dakota got an RGC. You road tripped last week to where it was. You got an RGC, and then I road tripped to New Mexico and got an RGC. So, yeah, I was talking to Robert. He said, "Where's Phil going?" I said, "Man, he's going to Utah." He said, "Man, every time all of us leave, we get nothing but RGCs. Why is he going there?" I don't know. You know, so
I'm still working
Yeah.
on FAM. I'm trying to get the RGCs to count for something. Still
Right.
working on it.
You're trying to do the
I'm
trade
not
up
making much
program,
headway.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
trying to
we're
trade up. Let me get 2 or 3 to count.
Well, we're running out of daylight. You know, we ain't got much.
Man, the walls are
Especially,
closing in quick.
man, especially with us going to Australia. We're going to be in Australia for 3 months of July, and yeah, so and it's we all need to have good weekends this weekend. So, and I think me and Robert will both be at Seguin.
Yeah.
Provided they get enough teams. So we'll see. You know, you hear
Man, I
that,
bet they
Brenda?
do. They normally do.
Brenda's in the comments. So let me know, Brenda, if there's going to be 25, and I'll be there. So, but yeah, she's
Well, I know a lot of people have gone on and booked it, but it is official. We are signed up for Denny Deets. So
Oh, did you?
What I was
Okay.
going to ask you guys, I was going to ask the audience. I've never been to this place. I know it's in I guess it's in Jellystone or something.
Yeah,
Where the hell
Jellystone.
do I need to stay? Because I think I'm coming in by myself due to my daughter's last year.
Stay in your
I don't
rig.
wanna be-
Stay in your rig. Do
Where
not
at
rent a
on the
camper.
grounds?
Man, it don't matter. Just
Don't matter.
close to turn. Well, I mean, if you're by yourself, close to turn in. But man, don't rent one of the cabins because the ACs are questionable in those cabins. You know.
Are they?
Man, they have a
You guys
lot
were
of problems
hot in
with the AC. You know, it's going to be 110, Wes. It's really, really hot. So you
Yeah.
picked a nice, cool cook-off. I'm glad you're coming.
Well, I'm tired of the bitching about me not coming into Texas. I don't care if it's 1,000 degrees. I'm
Right.
coming in there to melt with you boys. We're going
It
to
will be. It'll be 1,000.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah.
Be sitting
Yeah.
next to Stanton while he helps me turn in.
Pretty much. You know.
Yeah. I'm excited about it, man. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, and just tell Jen to, like I said, if you're running your own boxes or whatnot, because it is an RV park, you know. Man, some spots are going to be close and other spots aren't, you know. So
yeah. Well, that's what I was looking for. Is anybody knows exactly kind of the spots, the numbers? I have not booked the spot yet, but I don't know where turn-in's at. So if anybody wants to come in the comments and just tell me roughly where to book, I would gladly appreciate that.
Well, I mean, they've only had it.
Jen can help.
Yeah, they've only had it 1 year there, so it's not like, you know, it's that cook-off has moved around to different venues. So, and we can look at the map last year where it was at. But hey, I don't know, turning it into the same place. It's a pretty big complex, but
we'll get it figured out. Yeah, they said
you're rolling solo, huh?
I'm trying to get the family to come, man. They really want to, but man, if anybody is listening that has daughters in comp cheer, bro, they don't take days off. It's you miss, you pretty much get one more time and you're done. So you know, I've been flying them into a lot of places, and that shit's not cheap. So I may be by myself, may have them, just don't know yet.
Right.
But
yeah,
absolutely, man. Looking forward to it.
No, it'll be a good time, Wes. You know, it's a big cook-off though. They got really cool trophies. Man, they got a lot of money, you know. So man, the judging last year was somewhat questionable, being that with a large number, when you have 100 teams to try to get certified judges to come to it, you know, was a little bit so there wasn't, I don't think it was 100% certified last year, but yeah, I think Jen said she's going to be 100% certified this year, so we'll see, you know.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
Before we move on, guys, we've got 100 people viewing. Like, subscribe. We really appreciate it. It helps us. Right now, we've only got 6 people that's liked it. And let's get that up. If you could, just take a few seconds and hit that button.
Yeah, so we got a special one coming on tonight. You know, we on the show we've had some pretty big serious world champions, and you know, we've had some of our friends. But man, these guys are man, it was their first GC, so they got their first GC, and I think they were at the cook-off with Phil. They've been cooking a while, but just kind of a party team, hanging out, not really, you know, just kind of catering, cooking for, you know, friends and family. But man, we're gonna bring him on, and man, I think they're excited about barbecue. You know, you get that first GC, and it just lights a fire under you. So yeah, let me see if we can go ahead and bring in Jimmy and Tracy. There they are. How's it going, guys?
Wonderful.
Right.
Wonderful. Happy to be here.
We just want to say thank y'all for even being considered for this, because like Bill just said, y'all had world champions and everybody, and to get the newbies on that just want to GC, it's an honor for us to be here.
Oh, yeah, congratulations, guys. Well deserved, I'm sure. And
that guy sipping margaritas right there is the reason.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why.
You don't need that much
be here
credit.
with a GC without him in that class.
Right.
No.
Thank you, Phil.
You guys are great. You're easy to clap for, man. It was really awesome to see y'all win this weekend. I'm sitting here leaning safety. I'm like, man, Kickin Ash has got this wrapped up. You know what I mean? I'm just going to play by play. I'm like, man, they ain't going to beat them. it unfolded that way. So it was pretty cool for sure to see you guys win. And to see the excitement. It's authentic. So, man, it was awesome.
Well, and catching it on video, because like that's a forever moment, and you were like right there. I was like, oh my God, Phil's right. You were like right there in our face, and I was like, I'm so grateful for that, because we have that now forever. So.
Yeah, were y'all able to download that? Because it was on my Facebook Live. Y'all got it downloaded?
Yes.
Oh, that's super cool. I saved it on my videos. I hadn't had a chance to download it, but yeah, me and Bill talked about that, and like, it goes away after 30 days unless we download it.
Michael.
Hey, a lot of talk. Not a lot of drink. I'm thirsty, boys.
I don't know if those margaritas are
500 miles on the road today. I'm a little parched.
Carmen have a drink too.
Oh yeah, Carmen here. She could do cameo. We got.
There she is.
There we go. That's the driver, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Carmen was watching. Carmen was watching the live feed, clapping for you guys, and then we even got running board here, Baba.
Hey, what's up?
Where's his margarita at?
Yeah, he's making sure the wheels don't fall off, so he's the one really steering the ship.
Appreciate it, Brandon.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon.
Man, appreciate it, Brandon.
Hey, they're going to make sure you don't get to your next stop. They keep coming in.
What happened to
kind of circling back to what you said, man. And first GC, it don't matter. We're all barbecue. We all put our pants on the same way. There ain't nobody any different in this room or on this live feed. We're all just burning meat, and obviously, and you guys had a great weekend. And I don't know, maybe we'll talk about your cook a little bit. Like, you're going through your cook and you get everything turned in. Did you feel good about all your meats? Did you see it coming?
Well, there's the thing. It was 11:15, 11:20, and our chicken wasn't even close. So Tracy's like, we got to do something. So we pushed the fire.
Fuck.
And we ended up not being able to do all the stuff, but we did them all. We sauced while the bird was on the pit, which maybe made it look a little redder, and then we just pushed the heck out of it to get everything done. And after that, it kind of settled down a little bit for the rest of the cook, but chicken was rough. We were thinking we were just turning in wings.
Well, we did so bad in Cuero. We felt like we did so bad in we did do bad in Cuero that with the week before at the IBCA, we were like, man, we tasted chicken. I was like, it's good. Fingers crossed. We're good. Let's go to the next week. So I think as the day went on and the taste was there and the texture and everything. I think we started at each step. It was like, come on, Mr. Point. By the end, I was like, come on, Mr. Point. Please be good. It doesn't sound good, but I was like, please be good. Because everything else was on fire.
What did y'all get in chicken? What was your chicken call? So you started out on chicken.
No, we were fourth in chicken.
We were
fourth in chicken.
Fifth ribs was our worst.
Oh, we were fourth in chicken.
So you had a four.
That's gonna be your lucky chicken from now on. Fourth place chicken. Every time you hit fourth chicken, you're gonna be like, "This is our day."
So Phil, what you're saying is we have to just stress to death in chicken that it's not going to be done. We're not going to turn it in, and then we'll be okay.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Probably.
No, I don't like that Jimmy.
Well, we're gonna get one of those fancy pits.
Yeah,
And,
we're hoping to get one of those fancy pits.
when y'all get back from Australia, we're gonna buy a pit.
There you go. There you go.
Man, if you want, I'll go ahead and put you in. I think slot number 7's open. I'll put you in the slot, and when it gets a little closer, we'll talk details, and you can keep the slot or pull the plug if you want. How about that?
I kind of like the serial number 00001.
Which one was it, Jimmy?
There was one.
You said it looked like a big pile of metal, but to me, it's serial number 0001.
You're gonna have to talk. You're gonna have to talk to Bill about that one.
Well, that's right. He's getting one. He's getting
I
one.
tell you what, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jimmy, 7 ain't a bad number. You know, in
No.
barbecue.
It ain't a bad number. Man, I got a feeling you
Wow.
could when you sell it, you could probably upcharge.
Yeah.
We could
I
even
don't
take
think-
3 because this was our 3rd cook after your class, Phil.
Right.
DC, so we can take 3.
Pretty impressive for sure.
Yeah.
And so I know, like,
For number
Wow.
7, do that.
14 pages of laminated notes, Phil.
yeah. So is it getting a little more comfortable after 3 cooks? I know, like, the class isn't easy, right? Like it takes a little bit to get the groove, and there's only 8 million steps and all that, but I guess it's getting a little more comfortable, huh?
Yes.
After the the meat trim selection and trim and all that, I'm like, oh, this is all right. And then you go into injections and sauces and glazes, and I'm like, oh my god,
Even the fire's different. Even the fire is different.
We're
I mean,
we are getting it, because this one right here keeps me in the morning on time.
There you go. They normally do. Good job,
we're
Tracy.
Hey, Jimmy, Tracy, hit me up on the side. I'd like to get a copy of those notes, and I will pay good money for it, if you don't mind. I don't want to start the fires here, but I'll pay good money.
Hey, Wes.
We can't take him nowhere. We can't take him nowhere.
Wes, I think
Hey,
you're fixing-
hey, Bill.
Your money back.
Hey, Bill, when you asked me earlier, I
Yeah.
changed my vote. I changed it to Fred.
He's like, he gave me a thumbs down.
I'm all in on
Yeah,
Fred.
man, he's like, Phil, you're the tiebreaker. Fred or Wes? And I'm like, man, Wes is our boy. Change it, Bill. I change it now.
Okay.
And now I have
I produce
no
Wes.
rights. I got you.
Fred, I wanted you all along, Fred. You're a better hand model.
I'm out. I'm
Try
out.
to bring a
Hey,
little
get in the
integrity to the
background,
show.
Wes. You do better in the background.
We try to bring a little integrity to the show, and Wes don't help much,
when you were filming, Phil, and they called RGC, and then you started following them down, Sure Shot, who are phenomenal. And then you came around and
Oh,
were
fuck.
talking to us. You're like, oh, this is gonna be really embarrassing.
I know you're like this. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean we're gonna win?
But we
Yeah.
in that moment, it all hit home.
Man, I don't think anybody doubted it, and then it would have been a serious problem if you hadn't. So I don't know. It was an easy one to pick.
we just thank you and your family for opening your home up to us and teaching us how to do things. Because
Oh, and everybody,
you bet.
everybody we've met
we
along the way.
weren't at that point, and we're still not at that point, but we're getting better from everything that you've done for us.
Even from that day in your class, like we met Carl from Cast Iron Cookers, who has coached us and taught us so much, and Rusty taught us that, and I mean, like they have, and Danton's the one who sent us your way. I mean, like everybody, it's just
Yeah,
a big
Dan.
community, and
We were at Danton's birthday party when your class opened up, and she's like,
I signed
"We're
them up.
signing up."
Signed you up,
And
Jimmy
we
School.
did.
Yeah, that's right. You guys were one of the first ones for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Man, it's cool. Bill knows the feeling, right? He gets it every week, but man, we take pride in what we do when we teach our classes. We're not, man, that's our reputation on the line. And man, we watch, we see the students, and man, that's all we want is you guys to win. So man, we take pride in that. And it's a proud feeling to see students take the class serious, apply it, and go out and win. I mean, it works, right? So
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty
Oh,
cool.
If you
yeah.
do it
And the
works.
thing is, it's hard enough for us to win, as is, you know what I mean? Just with our own notes and our own, our own recipes.
Yeah.
It's, no one wins every week, and
No.
shoot, man, everyone loses more than they win. So, man, to be able to pass some of that knowledge down to a new cook or someone that's starting to take it serious, and really try to bite into it and have some of that stuff transfer where, man, they get a win. Man, it is great. It's, like I said, it's it's the best selling point for a class. If you have a class out there, man, you tell the truth, give people good stuff, and man, word's going to get around, and
Yes.
and you'll get repeat people because
Yeah.
man, everybody in this barbecue world wants to help one another, So
Yes.
And like
Yeah.
we said earlier, it's you're spending $1,000 a weekend minimum,
Yeah.
probably, and you want to get some of that back. And we weren't at that point, but now we've changed the whole program, and
Well,
we're
hopefully one day we
we're
can
cooking
help
for the
people.
cook and not for the county.
Yeah. Yeah. And hopefully one day we can help people like y'all. Like, I mean, hopefully.
And like you said, everybody in the barbecue world, they're trying to beat you, but they'll help you at the same time. If you need anything, like you forgot something, Carl, we forgot onions at Jordanson. we walked
God
over to
bless
Carl
Carl
and like,
Davis.
hey, dude, you got any onions? He goes, here, how many you need? Take them, and they're
Yeah.
trying to beat you. They'll help you. They'll give you the shirt off their back at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's bad karma. Otherwise, I mean, we've all been in that boat, and if you hadn't been in that boat, keep cooking. You will be someday. So, yeah, man, it's a big world, man. We're just trying to help each other out. So,
Someone asked in the comments what a husband-wife team, what parts do each of you do? So as
There
a
you go.
wife, I've been doing sauces.
She does whatever I tell her.
No.
yeah,
Okay,
you were in
I'm the
arm
one who
shot.
told
That
you
was
to-
brave, Jimmy.
I'm the one who signed us up for the class and said, we're going. And I'm going too. First of all, I signed me up for the class too. Otherwise, he would have just gone. But no, what I do the sauces and the injections, and I'm the timekeeper. Like, I'm like constantly going, get this off the pit, get that on the pit, put this back on the pit, put that back off the pit. And I make mistakes sometimes because I do that. Because I'm like, oh, wait a minute, we didn't wrap the ribs, and I just wrapped the ribs in the brisket. Get the brisket back off. I mean, it's like seriously, I've done that. And it's like, it can be a little crazy. So, so that you find your parts, your pieces as a team. And I think Jimmy and I in life are a good team. And then we found it in the meeting, like when we went to class together. That was important because, I was like, okay, this is what I can do and this is what I can offer. And I've never offered that before. Like, he always cooked alone. He was always the man. And, and I was like, I'm going to help now.
And now you're involved, and now you are winning.
Yes, thank you. So as a husband-wife team, I think you find that medium. I found it at the class. I was like, okay, this is what I can offer. And what do you think? And he was like, Lord, please.
All the steps and all that solo. I don't know how you do it most of the times, or y'all do it, but a lot of times it's halfway overwhelming. And I'm glad I have her to keep me in line, because I'll go over there
I'll
off
be over
track and
talking to
talk
the neighbor.
to Chad or Carl or Phil.
Yeah.
Get in
That's the same for me. I mean, I love it when my wife helps, because she will, and she'll sit there and mix sauces, and she'll just do whatever I need her to do. And, man, it's great. And she keeps me from talking to people. She'll say, hey, don't you got to make this sauce just to keep me, because I can get real social and get off track, if I'm jaw jacking. So
this guy
he probably doesn't even know what spices and sauces go in the sauces.
The gatekeeper does. The gatekeeper does.
LLC.
No, Bill, you're absolutely right, man. They make us better, way, way better.
Yeah.
So they'll keep us in line. They'll, the help's very, very welcome for sure.
But I recommend them take the class, the wives with the class, because you find your place together, So.
And let whichever one's better at taking notes, take the notes.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a retired teacher.
right.
You need to
There you go.
Yeah.
You just
Well,
did
I
was the right
tell
call.
my wife, I make all the big decisions and she makes all the little decisions, So, and it's anything over $1 million qualifies as a big decision. So that's kind of how we work things, So
Well, she gets to make all the decisions.
much, but she loves it. She loves, and she's all in. She's watching live feeds. If she's not there, and she loves the sport just as much as me, which is great. So,
Yes.
man, it looked like you guys have the same energy as well, So, man, it's awesome.
And
I
it's
love
fun to
that
do it
movie.
together. Otherwise, you're going to be on different schedules and not see each other as much. So
Yeah,
if you can enjoy doing it together, man, it's fun to spend the time together as well.
and I love being a part of it, and I am competitive. I think more than him. So it's like crazy. My son's like, "Man, Mom," and I'm like,
Maybe if you've seen some of the walk-ups
"Your dad
that
needs
we
to get in
do,
line."
I'm strolling up there and she's doing
Oh,
cartwheels and
I
flips.
know. Everybody thinks it's gonna get hurt. We've only walked twice. I mean, 2 shows, but I mean,
Yes.
2 contests. But I'm like, everybody's like, "You're gonna get hurt, Tracy. Please stop."
We're 52. And
How many CBAs have y'all done?
2. Well, 4. We did 2 as like playing, like with before that introduced CBA, and then since we've taken Phil's class 2, we did
no, we've
Jordanton.
done 2.
Yeah.
You're right. Yep.
We did Jordanton, and we got a 7th, a 7th, and a 6th. We did
And
terrible.
how'd y'all finish? And you almost top 10. Y'all were right there, right?
We were 11th. We were
behind
11th.
you.
11. Yeah.
Yeah. And we did terrible in ribs, which Carl and Cast Iron helped us with that. He was like, "You wrapped too early." Really, he knew right away, like, "Let me see your picture." And so, that community's there to help us. And so we knew what to fix. But then Quero, we did the pits. And then this one we were like on. So
Well, we had
Yeah,
help.
so you're 1 for 2 after the class. That's a pretty good ratio. I'm going to need you guys to take a break for a little bit, please.
Well, we're off for 2 weeks. So
we're gonna do
we're gonna go to Shiner.
Shiner. We're gonna go to Shiner.
It's a good contest. Yeah, Shiner's fun.
And it'll be great because y'all won't be there.
Yeah, y'all be gone. Y'all be gone.
So y'all are not going to Seguin this weekend, huh?
We thought that about
No.
Rosanki, and then like 1, 2, 3, 4 of the top 12 roll in. We're like, no.
One thing I've said is before we took Phil's class, we would go to a cook and somebody would roll in like Big Sur or Good Trade or Good Life cooks, and I'm like, oh my God, I just get nervous and just it would ruin my whole day. We don't do that now. I mean, you still have to cook as best as you can, but he gave us all a fresh toolbox full of tools
Totally
to
different
cook
tools.
as good as we can.
Totally different tools. Like if you are like we were talking to somebody who was new at it this year, and it's like, that cooking, like they're like, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? And we're like, well, that looks like how we used to cook before Phil's class. Go take Phil's class or somebody's class. It's just a game changer. We can't plug it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean it's not something that can be. Man, it ain't something that can be text messaged across. People sending you messages of how to cook ribs. Can you help me with this? I mean, it ain't something. Man, the whole package is not something you can just convey over a text message.
No.
No way.
It's a whole process.
There's a lot to it. There's a lot to it.
Well, yeah, from the fire all the way to boxing. We learned so much. I mean, even from finding meat. Like we're like, oh, there's 4 different meats at HEB.
We learned how Phil does his workouts. He goes and grabs meat and lifts it up, and the ribs.
Right.
But we just from even picking the meat out to boxing it, every step of the process.
It all matters. It all matters.
Yeah,
Every bit of it.
The little stuff as far as prepping your box and all that stuff.
It all
We will have
matters.
to take Bill's class too. Yes, somebody on chat saying take Bill's class. We need to, absolutely. We are all about taking classes now for sure.
Well, man, I am a big believer that you can take too many classes, and you can get yourself kind of, and you start chasing ghosts a lot. If you get too many classes, I think, man, too many different recipes and too much stuff, and you find yourself, kind of overwhelmed and get confused. like I said, I would. Man, I think one class a year is probably a good. If I had to, you know what I mean.
Good to know.
Especially if
Well,
you've got success, man. Run this guy till the wheels falls off.
Yeah, we're gonna ride this roller coaster till it falls apart.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Something's not working. Then we'll take it. Yeah.
And now with the FTV, that's a whole game changer too.
Yeah, man. Fade to Black's been good.
Oh my God,
Appreciate everybody who's ordered some.
We put that on our brisket this week, and
we were only 0.12 away from first place.
Yeah.
Your brisket, that FTV. Woo!
That was some
Appreciate it, Dan.
Right.
I mean, it.
I think a lot of it too is, the techniques. You learn the techniques, and Phil. I know, just like me, I'm sure he plays with different sauces, plays with different ratios, but man, it's the techniques of actually cooking something right that makes a big difference as well. So man, I think everybody knows Phil was one of the first class I took. Man, a lot of those techniques I'm still using today. They show up in my class that I teach. So man, I learned a lot of those techniques from Phil. So
and nobody ever wants a judge to take a bad piece of meat.
Yeah.
Here in his class, he's like, this little piece of fat right here, trim it off because the judge is going to go for that first, and you don't want it there. So it's a lot, like you just said, a lot of technique that keeps you giving good food to the judges.
Yeah.
That's what I like about PBA too. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I mean, I like about it because you can do chicken wings and chicken. You can do whatever you can do the burn ends, you can do the the slices, and and whatever you prefer to eat, you can choose to eat, and it's.
And I think somebody asked, what kind of chicken do y'all do? I don't know if I can find the comments. Did you see that in there, Producer Wes? I think it was Little Gringo that asked the question.
Yeah, he was asking if you could talk about the chicken. Some of it was a little bit of a joke. Want to know if you cook thighs, legs, wings, gizzards.
We do a spatchcock.
Gizzards.
We do a spatchcock bird, and then we do just a flat.
That's a thought.
Yeah.
I love our chicken wings.
Coming from Mississippi, gizzards.
They score well here, Phil. They do. Don't knock them.
I love gizzards.
You can
You
put.
gotta
You
turn
can
it
put
I
little
love
honey
Phil's
mustard.
chicken wings.
You can put 6 chicken necks in a box, and they're good to go.
Let me ask you both this. You said you do wings, correct?
Yes, we
Are you guys taking the pin bone and stuff out, or how are you guys doing them?
No.
If you want to get into that.
No, we get the whole wing and trim the tip and the leg off, and then inject it, and we do the flats. Basically, is what we do.
Yeah.
And then
you also we
we'll
have the
throw
chicken.
we do a spatchcock bird, and we'll put a half chicken in there, and then stack the wings around it.
Really, just to see. I don't know why you wouldn't pick a chicken wing up, but I mean, people might want to. So we fill the box up.
They're running the class, Wes. They're running the class. You have the notes. Why are you even asking?
It's kind of like one of those things. You gotta be there. I don't know all her little notes.
We learned from
It's more than just
Phil won't
recipe.
answer my call most of the time.
No chicken feet.
We run
I
the
joked
same
about that.
the same recipes that we got.
Man, I'm sorry I didn't answer your call, Wes. I was on the phone with Fred. Man, I forgot to call you back.
Well, I will also ask, when you started doing wings, did you notice your scores went up, down? I mean, obviously you're running them, they went up. Talk about, because I know there's a lot of people in KCBS that are starting to gravitate to wing only boxes. What do you guys think about that?
The only time we started doing wings was after Phil's class, because we would
IBCA.
we would split chickens and turn in halves, and so his whole class, taught us how to do this other stuff where we would do the wings. I mean, you can put whatever you want in there, but we did the flats because somebody asked him in class, why don't you do the little drums? And he picked one up and there was like fat falling off of it and all this stuff. And he goes, would you rather have this flat or would you rather have this And plus, the drums are hard to inject. They'll squirt.
Absolutely.
Well, then before that, we were always doing IBCA or non-sanctioned stuff. And so it was always half a chicken.
You weren't allowed to do that.
It was like always half a stupid chicken. Stupid chicken.
Stupid chicken.
Stupid
But yeah,
chicken.
that our buddy Sean Hay,
But
he calls it stupid chicken.
It is not stupid with chicken wings.
No,
Hate chicken. Chicken's the devil's meat.
It
Yeah.
makes a great presentation, in the box.
Have yet to run wings yet. Have been considering it, but still trying to decide on this.
So just wings, you mean?
Just wings.
I did. I tried this weekend because he was like, our chicken isn't ready. But he wanted to fill the box. He was all in on fill the box. And I was like, no, just turn it into chicken wings. The chicken wings rock. And no, he wouldn't do it. He had to turn the chicken
It worked. It worked out. It worked out
Oh, you
no
got
matter what.
chicken, right?
It worked out.
I think
You know, he robbed you from your first plate.
And you won the contest, so man,
And I'd have gotten a
It was,
higher.
it was the right move.
one thing we'll never do is turn in an undercooked half chicken.
He does a podcast.
If it were to come to that,
We're traveling right now. No way. That's okay.
I'll turn in
And the
undercooked
pork.
steak, which
And the
is
pork.
medium rare,
Yeah.
or rare. I'll any beef I'll turn, undercooked. But
Right.
that's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah. you
But
could do
chicken,
like
no
a-
way. No pork, no way.
No. I mean,
Right.
no, but no, I tried this weekend. I was like, let's not sweat it for the next hour. And he was like, no, we're going to sweat it. And I was like, I was happy
Yeah,
with the chicken wings. The chicken wings were done. They were on point,
I was out there at the PK with that chicken.
but we had to fill the box, which
Like,
is nice. It was
For-
pretty.
It does go a long way because I've judged as well.
Yes.
And whenever you see a full box, it's just mentally you're like, this is a big box, just good food. I'm going to jump into it.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you score it down. It already puts you in that mindset of
Yeah.
I'm starting at a 9+.
Yeah.
And hey, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Well, we've heard it 100 times since after we've taken Phil's class. If you open a box and it looks like dirt, then you're thinking it's like dirt. You already got that mindset. And if it looks good and presentation is good, then you've got a different mindset.
Right. Brenda says foil doesn't score well.
True state.
Can we please put some kale or something in the box?
Right.
Hey,
Fill it with food.
we
Yeah.
have room for kale in the box.
Brenda and
We did not have room for kale
Brenda
in the
did a
box.
fantastic job.
Yes.
it fit. It would fit.
Look, if everybody went to the kale box, you would hear people cheering and shouting all over the country. I love the way the kale box, the foil box looks. I think it looks better.
I'd rather go to the $20 box, and then you can score higher.
Kiss ass. Kiss ass.
I mean it.
Yeah, you're trying to butter up the Fred. I love the full box.
It takes what 30 seconds to do 4 boxes.
Yeah, the producers run together, Bill. I think they're on a team together.
Hey, we don't speak that man's name when I'm on live, okay? You wait till I go back. You wait till I go behind the curtain before you bring his
Man, you
name.
got it started with that note bullshit, man. You open the door.
Hey, can we-
Let me send him the link. Let me send him the link.
We're talking about
Can't get him, man.
Jimmy, Tracy, you'll notice he gets mouthy. That's his 4th margarita, and he's getting mouthy. So,
Okay.
It's the same one. It's the same one.
the
The same
ribs.
one.
First, what kind of ribs are you cooking?
He's got the buttons.
He does get
He's got the
mouthy.
buttons. It ain't fair. It ain't a fair fight.
He can be mouthy all he wants because we're here because of him.
Yeah,
go ahead, this little green go. You ready to talk about ribs now?
Ribs. Let's go on to ribs.
what kind of ribs are we cooking? Sounds like you like to fill the box up. 8 bones, 10 bones. What we do is we buy the Prairie Fresh.
Walmart.
That's what we
Walmart?
use. Yes. So what we'll do is we'll buy 3 racks and we'll cook all 3 racks. We'll trim them however Phil taught us, and when we wrap, we do the whole process, and then we'll cheat the bones. You call it. My buddy Todd Sweeney calls it cheating the bones, where you get meat, bone, meat, and then you got 2 bones that you just kind of cut out. So you got meat on both sides of that bone. And
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Hollywood, yes. But that's what we do. It's
But Walmart from Prairie Fresh Walmart.
yeah.
That's where we get 'em.
We've gone to
5 Walmarts.
Prairie
and
Fresh locations and squeezed and lifted and look at hundreds of racks of ribs.
And Kit Polk calls them prairie dogs, which congratulations. If you ask Kit Polk what he's cooking prairie dogs. But he got a GC this weekend, so give a big shout out to KP.
Good man.
Good, man. Congratulations, KP.
Yeah, it was man, and he made some good money. There was a $20,000 payout where he was at. It was 60-something teams, and Kid ended up getting the first brisket, and I think in a third rib, and walked away with a good chunk of change.
Well done.
Yeah, he did. He was proud to. Head shaking everything. Got him.
Hey, Bill,
He's back. He's back.
Oh,
He
yeah.
pulled up all of his trophies like you did yours.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure they're under his passenger seat. If I had to guess.
He's missing a check or two.
That money's in his wallet, though. That money's in his wallet. You know that.
You know it.
Sean Trader, we use all of LC's from his class, his injections and his rubs and his spices. I was ordering today even for 4th of July.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we use that class. I have 14 pages laminated typed from that class
That are not
that I'm
for
not
sale.
selling. That I'm not
So you're
selling.
just giving them away. Hit
Hey,
me
Tracy, will you sell them to me? Will you sell them to me?
I'll read them to you.
Yeah, you might have to buy them back, Phil.
I know it, man.
He put us where we are, so if he needs anything,
Nice.
Yeah.
No, it's cool, guys. No,
You're-
I'm happy for you guys.
Just so you know, Sean, that's where we get all our injections and rubs. And
Man, I'm pretty sure Sean's got his own copy of the notes. So
No, it doesn't go
I
Sean.
think he's just trying to get y'all riled up. So it's good.
So Sean, go back and relook at them. 'Cause that's-
He obviously doesn't have 14 pages laminated.
I did.
That's my little teacher.
And I think that's one thing about barbecue guys. I mean, for the most part, in general, I don't think they're great note takers. So man, if you're buying somebody's notes, man, you may not be buying the right stuff.
Well, our friend Todd, who went that same day, I was a little worried about him. I was like, Todd, you didn't take as many notes as me. He was like, oh,
Right.
it's fine.
He put it all in a little computer
I was like,
up there.
Todd.
Yeah, you think you got it. Next thing you go, wait, did I remember that right? Yeah.
No, I still.
Yeah.
Well, I think even backstage, you guys were talking about, man, y'all both took notes. You know what I mean? And
Well,
there was
yeah,
some,
when
there
Phil
was some
was
differences
boxing
there,
everything,
So
I was like, man, I'm 52 years old and I haven't taken this many notes in my whole life, even through school.
Man, it's not as easy as it sounds. I mean, and I've learned that over the years. You think it's just easy. Yeah, you write man, it's not that easy.
If you're going to invest in it and you're going to invest in this whole competition and the idea of it, and and you're going to go to these classes, then it's what you need to do. It's what you need to do, and you need to grab your significant other and drag them along the way, whether they like it or not. So
yeah,
or do you want to just go? Is what it boils down to.
he would have been just as happy at some comp here in Bulverde versus in at Phil's class. And I was like, nope, I signed us up. He was like, you did? I'm like, I signed us up. We're going. Okay, well, we're going.
Phil, the first
After Dan Bayou barbecue, they told us about it, and we were like,
the first thing we did after your class was Jordan, and I got so flustered. I'm like, let's just go back to losing.
oh, I'm tired. I was like,
It's a lot of work.
I'm like yelling at him, get the point.
Can't we just drink beer? Can we just drink beer?
I was like, get the point. Get the flag. Get the this.
Yeah, but y'all have definitely changed our lives, and we appreciate it. It doesn't go unnoticed.
It's fun.
It's a fun deal.
Even the hard work is fun.
It's a whole lot of work, like y'all have both said. But when Saturday rolls around and awards are getting called out, and you hear your song, you know, it makes it all worth it. Especially when you see your best friend and wife dancing all the way up 100 yards to the
Well, he's
stage.
hugging everybody. I feel bad. I turn around. I'm like, oh, he's hugging everybody. I'm such a loser.
She sprints up to the
Brenda.
to
I'm
the
like,
stage, and I'm like,
and the gals with firewalkers. I'm like, they were amazing. You're like,
Man, that's what keeps us coming back. I mean, that's what it's all about at the end of the day.
yeah.
yep.
Like
And
Kit
it
said,
wasn't
it's
too
about
long
beating
ago.
your friends.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago. You know, me and Fred did a joint class in Pleasanton, and
I'm gonna check the
we're
tires.
going around the room. We're going around the room and introduce. You know, everybody's kind of saying their team name and where they're from, and how long they've been cooking and why they were here. And these two guys, man, they were taking it together. They were teammates, and man, they were like, "Listen, we're taking this because we're just sick of losing." And we got team shirts and everything made up. We go to cook-offs every weekend, every other weekend. We're all dressed up with our team shirts, and man, we're going to awards. And our wife says, "Man, don't let us down. Hopefully, we'll do something today." And we just get nothing, you know. So, and I felt horrible for those guys to, you know, dress up in team shirts and everything. And our wives are looking at us, and man, we just get nothing. So, man, we're here to learn, you know.
Well, it's true. It's true. And it's like, let's do this or let's not do this. You know, it's like, and so we did it and we're doing it now. So hopefully we can keep the streak and
We can still spend $1,000 a weekend.
keep working
But
hard.
we want to get some of that back.
Yeah. Hey, look, the funny thing is it's not a problem until the wives get involved like Tracy is, and then they get competitive, and then they look at you and you don't walk and you're like, try not to suck today. That's when you gotta turn it around.
I'm afraid
Is that what you deal with, Wes?
That's what I deal with, bro.
Well,
Now,
I'm
Hannah's like,
afraid
I like
Cuero
this
was
walk.
my
I like
fault
this
though. The week before, I think I messed up in Cuero.
If she's willing to take the blame, I'm gonna let her.
He's gonna let me. The taste was
this
off,
is her
and
one
I'm
time a
taste.
year that she messed up.
It had to have been my fault. It had to have been.
Boys, we got Schaefer in the comments, so we're going to have to end this thing here in a minute. So, he's going to bring all the crap talking.
Well, we want to circle back to your 4 walk. You know, Wes, his last cook-off, he walked all 4 meets, and I think, where'd you finish at, Wes?
We were 4th, man, but we didn't have the best cook. We had just an average cook. That's all it was. It's one of those cooks that everyone on this panel has had, where you're like, you know, we can do really well, and we can do really shitty. We just don't know. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. And we got 4 low calls. And the way it kind of worked out is you start doing that math at the end, where you're like, well, so-and-so didn't walk in this, and this team didn't walk in there. But we needed one high call in a category, and we could have popped it. But we took a $6.99 and change for a 4th place, and we were happy. We took home some money and got to watch Big and Whiskey and Heavy Smoke. And you want to talk about a guy he's listed out here. If you want to put money on someone for reserve or 3rd, Chris is going to bring you money every weekend. The man can pop a RGC in a 3rd every weekend.
But with a 700.
With a 704 at that, all day long.
Right.
So, hey, that's a good problem to have, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're running for points, that'll drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
No,
There's worse spots to get. That's for sure.
no, when you get paid every weekend, as you boys know, it doesn't suck, right?
I wish it would go next.
Man, I tell you what, when they start calling out that top 10, you know, and they start working their way down to, they get down to 3rd place, it's like, oh man, because reserve is so much better than 3rd place. I mean, it's just night and day difference. And man, to get past that 3rd place, which man, it happened to me this week, and I got reserve. But man, I felt a whole lot better about reserve than I would have 3rd place. But even though, man, I wanted number 6, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But
Do you kind of push, Bill? I know this answer. This is just for everybody. Do you feel like you're pressing a little bit?
No, man, I'm pretty relaxed. You know, I mean, I cook pretty relaxed. I don't feel like, man, I felt like I had a great cook. Man, I was happy with everything that I turned in, and Man, I knew it was. I felt like it was going to be a good day. Man, it was. It just, man, it just wasn't the best day. So
Well, it kind of
I
sucks
wouldn't-
when you get to a point where RGCs, you're like, whatever. You're happy, but you're a little disappointed.
well, only because I'm trying to get that 7, get 6 and 7. But man, most of the time I'm over the moon at an RGC. So.
Right. I know Phil's
GCs are way better. GCs are way better.
GCs are better, but man, thirds and 11s are killers. So
Right.
Bill's right about that. I mean, RGCs are great unless you're trying to get 7. But then again, there's certain cookoffs like, man, they normally give the RV to the GC. You know what I mean? So, and I've been on the opposite end of that. The trailer place cookoff a few years ago that Hector Cantu, he GC'd and he won a porch trailer. And man, I RGC'd.
Wow.
Man, I think I got $500 or something. I don't remember what it was, but the
Bottle of
fall off
barbecue
was
sauce.
steep. It was steep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, I didn't get a little porch trailer. I didn't get a porch trailer at all. I got a little. I don't remember. It was so great. I don't remember what it was, but I remember not getting the porch trailer. So,
And then there's other RGCs that you win suites to a Cowboys game, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
exactly. And man, third, they didn't give those to third. So,
Yeah.
you got some pretty steep fall offs between GC, RGC, and third. And if anything, you do want to be on that RGC because it's pretty rare that third gets anything. So it's almost the ultimate snub almost every content. Sometimes they do, but man, the fall off's pretty steep.
Right.
So does anybody even know why we even do this whole reserve? It's almost like a beauty pageant. Like if something happens and she falls out, you get the GC. I mean, has anybody ever been disqualified after they left, or you get the GC?
I know.
Man, I don't know.
Yeah. It's called American
It's
Royal.
happened. It's happened quite a few times, Wes.
All right, I gotta give that to Bill
It's
right
a
here.
trophy
buddy.
that
was
says you
pretty
almost
good.
won.
Good job. Oh man. Well, still though, it's you are right. Nobody remembers after the week who got RGC. I mean, unless you won it, you got it. But after that, hell, you don't know who won RGC a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Right.
We're learning all of this process. Like y'all know
Unless it's the American Roll. We remember that.
yeah.
Only the one.
Only the one.
Like y'all know every walk up song. When the song starts coming on, y'all know automatically, oh, that's him, or that's us, or speaking of yourselves. But we're just in the learning process of all this. And hopefully you hear Thunderstruck a lot.
I know.
Right.
But even Josh was with, I'm pretty sure it was him, with, he was telling me afterwards, he was like,
And he's here.
oh.
He's here.
Schaefer's in the house.
He was like, oh, we weren't even thinking about who was going to be grand. We were trying to figure out between us who was going to be grand or a reserve grand. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, we don't even know how to do that yet. Like,
We can't calculate all that up here like y'all
we
do.
were
So
still
when they got down to like 5th and 4th, did y'all see it coming or no? Y'all were just like,
No, I didn't.
well, we knew we'd be one of them. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think
You
you
with
know,
felt
the-
look who was there.
with the
We were
with
like,
the, with the first pork and a second brisket, I think we thought we were
maybe
like
first
way
or
up there.
second or third.
first,
Yeah.
second, or third. But I don't know all the points. She doesn't know all the points yet.
And
So
we had Carlos with smoke with smoke love.
I forgot we got a button. I was going to do a live version. We'll do karaoke real quick. Man, I know it every time. You know what I mean? I never miss on that one.
Oh, I love it. And it's
Man, I was
never
talking.
off.
It's
Never
so
off.
funny because I talked to Eric about that in Wisconsin, and he was doing the awards, and he did that when he called Bill at burn, he hit the chicken fried. And man, he had the guys in the crowd go, "That's not how it goes. That's not how it goes." You know what I mean?
Man, I knew it was me when he did that.
we just next we want to just hear the train horn. That's
Right.
that's what we want to hear.
Well,
At some
one
point.
day. One
You know,
day.
we got a lot of work to
anytime
do.
soon. Yeah.
Phil, you put us on the right track. We're gonna ride the train till the wheels fall off.
So does winning got you guys more, interested and more,
Oh,
wanting
yeah.
to do more cook-offs for sure? Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Oh, we're invested.
Actually,
You're talking to me. Whether you have it or not.
Jimmy can quit if he wants to, but Tracy's in.
Tracy.
I don't care what Jimmy does.
The
If
cooks
something
like,
happens, I'm there.
if something happens, y'all need to call the FBI.
Stop it.
But the Cuero cooks, like where we just tanked it. That's what kind of drives us and turns us around a little bit. Like
You're gonna lose
we've got all the
You're gonna win
tools to
some.
do it right. So let's just go to another one real quick and do it right. And that's kind of
Some was wrong. We
Lord
had to
blessed
do it
us,
again.
and that's what happened.
Everybody has a bad day.
We started out Saturday morning with a great church service with Carlos, and it just the whole day, except for chicken, the whole day just worked out great for us. We were super blessed.
Game over.
There's CB Barboza. Man, he's been lighting them up lately, huh? Barboza's been killing it. Yeah.
Oh man, he can't miss right now, man. He's swinging that big bat, and man, everything's going out of the park. Good job, CB. Man, way to kill it out there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Chris, I wish somebody would tell me how to do it right. Man, Wes has got all the notes.
I'm obviously not reading them right. I need somebody to just type it.
Chris, it's all about the salad dressing, bro.
Ninth place, call me. I got you.
Just have 5 or 15 margaritas like Phil, and you can read them perfect.
Oh yeah, he's got the decoder when he starts drinking. Right, stuff starts coming into focus. He can see stuff 15 minutes out.
I'm just about to hit the sweet spot. This is where I excel.
Hey, you need some strawberry margaritas.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, what Chris just said right here, I gave him I did. Hey, that's a funny story. I gave him his own notes back to him for pork chop. And here's the funny thing is, he has killed pork ever since we talked.
With his own recipe.
With his own damn recipe. He was like, what are you doing? Because we've been doing really well in pork. And we talked, and he helped me with brisket, which has been a lot of help. I got to give him credit. And he was like, you just gave me my own notes back. And I'm actually following them. So kudos to you, Chris. I'm going to drink on that.
So, Wes, you got that going for you.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And that reminds me of a story, and Brad talked about it, that, man, he was struggling in chicken, and he went to a team and asked them for chicken help. And, man, they laid out, I guess they had been killing it in chicken. And, man, they gave him this chicken recipe. And then Brad starts killing it in chicken. And like a year and a half later, man, that team, whoever that team was, they're falling off in chicken. And, man, they go back to Brad and go, man, what are you doing on chicken, man? We helped you, a year and a half ago, man. We need some help. He goes, man, I'm still doing what you told me. So Brad ended up giving them the chicken recipe back. And they had gotten off track on their own recipe.
Yes, in 2 years.
Well, hey, that brings up another question. I'll ask all three of the squares to my left. When do you guys decide to make a change? We talked about this. Do y'all go 3-4 cooks? When do you start contemplating making a change?
When we were doing so horrible,
We
it was like every cook.
You just
I would
swap.
change something, and we would cook for like the whole month, and I would
then I signed us up for Phil's class.
I would lose sight of everything, and finally I would make a good cook, whether it be chicken, ribs, or brisket or whatever. And she goes, "What'd you do?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
He doesn't have any idea.
We would scrap everything, and like Phil says, change this much. Don't change that much.
Well, yeah, and that's why we follow the notes now. It's why every time we follow the notes. We don't change, we don't deviate until something goes wrong. So,
Right.
which Phil can speak for that because he
had
told
a
us
whole
that too in
cabinet
class.
full of 1,700 different seasonings,
Spices.
and I would use them all on
Garbage.
one
They're all in the
bird or
garbage
one
now.
rack of ribs or just trying to do something. And,
all in the garbage now.
but it's all
It's all LC.
all that's gone.
And
Thanks to that guy right there drinking the margarita. So,
Yeah.
Man, I'm just watching the show over here. Don't mind me.
are you having popcorn and margaritas?
Carmen,
What's that?
I think he fruited the margarita, Jimmy, which is in Texas, that's a felony or maybe a misdemeanor. I don't know.
Man, so Carmen's got this big one over here, so she kind of keeps dumping stuff into my empty one. So anyway, man, we're trying to wrap it up here. We're doing a bad job.
Yeah.
sorry.
We like to
I mean,
talk.
she's over there
That's
waving
sorry,
everybody.
we're
He's doing a
we're not-
podcast. 1,000 people watch it. So, now you answered our question, and honestly, a lot of people do it different. I mean, we've seen some people talking 6 months, 4 or 5 cooks, 3 cooks. Really, I guess it depends on how bad you're doing. If it's consistently tanking, you got to make a change after a couple of 3 cooks, I would assume.
It can get in your
That's
head
what-
real quick.
That's what Phil told us in his class. Yeah. That's what he said. So that's what I mean. Now we're on a roll. So we're gonna continue what we're doing.
I love it.
Love it.
Man, we got the money. We got the money pouring in. Thanks, Caesar. Appreciate it, buddy.
He's not going to be bullied. He's not going to be bullied.
He's not gonna be bullied, man. That it drinks the same way as the $300 one.
It really does. And he also wants to hear more about
Appreciate it.
Phil's notes. If you can dive off into that a little bit more detailed.
You're probably going to be more than 99 cents.
You're going to have to move that decimal point there, buddy.
Well, thank y'all so much
Yes, thank
for
you.
having us. We were super
Thank you.
blessed, and
This was a lot of fun.
we've been on cloud 9 since Rosanke, and getting the text from y'all, it just extended that
The
cloud
cherry
9.
on the top. Yeah, this was nice.
Thank y'all so much.
We had a lot of fun.
No, man. Well, we're glad you guys came on. I love seeing people excited about barbecue, and there's nothing more exciting than getting that first win. That's and all the rest of the wins, they all feel just as good. Don't get me wrong, but man, getting that first one, especially if you've been cooking for a while, it's great. So,
Absolutely.
Now-
Congratulations.
Now we know how
Congrats,
to
Jimmy.
go
Congrats, Tracy. Thank y'all for coming on the show, and man, keep doing what you're doing, man. It's fun to watch.
Thank
fun to
you.
watch.
Thank you.
Phil.
Thank you.
Thank y'all
very
very
much.
Wes,
All
keep
of
up
you.
the good work.
Appreciate it, guys. And great to
Bye,
meet you.
Wes.
And honestly, going to be looking for you getting many more of these here in the future.
Fingers
There you go.
crossed.
We're praying for it.
Absolutely.
take us out, Wes.